Hey guys, Stephen Quinn here. So first video in a while. Um, anyways, what I want to talk about in this video is, so I did the ancestry DNA test, and what's crazy is none of it matches, like the genetics and whatnot. Okay, they probably got me there, but they don't have the actual storyline of how my family traveled. So for some reason they did it wrong that way because they never had anybody royal with royal blood or whatever. Because my family comes from the monarch of Ireland, and it is an ex-fairy kingdom, an actual fairies when fairies ruled. Um, Another hint is my my family was from Fredemere and Meg fairies, and then Connaught, my first life, who went down as Khan of the 100 Battles, but his history is so messed up because he didn't die from women. He died from working out too much, and he ate too much food. And then he had a heart attack. So then, anyways, it drifted into the O'Neills. They they came from the from the Connaught into the O'Neills, now the Nine Hostages, and then they kept going down, and then it went to I stayed the O'Neills for the longest, my last name, family bloodline last name, and then when they got to America, because a British officer was stuck at sea, and with it, well, he wasn't stuck at sea. He was at the Boston Harbor, and he was mad, so he jumped off the ship. But then my family kept changing their last names because they were hiding from the British Empire. Because we, technically, I owe them like 2 years of military service or whatever. Because my family abandoned the post to that empire when it was under their service. But my family has a long rival issue with the British Empire because they actually they kept denying the O'Neill's way and whatnot when they tried to get married, converted their religion or whatever. They didn't get married, but they kept denying us O'Neills, which is later on Quinn's, um, when they converted to the same religion as England did in like the 1600s or before that. Um, they just the Queen wouldn't recognize them and recognize their titles, so it's been issues or whatever. Then, anyways, back to America part when he married a cousin or whatever, Hugh O'Neill, and then he had a like bunch of kids, and then he kept having more children, and they kept switching around the last name spelling of the last name. It went to Niall, Neil, to O'Neill, changing the letters around or whatever. And here I have it as in when the geological settings are like from Ireland all the way around there to French Quebec. What the hell, man? I don't have. It's not French Quebec, and it's so crazy. Like I thought they would be better prepared, and like I've been postponing this video for the longest because I gave Ancestry a DNA kit, well, an update, not a DNA kit. And with that being said, I came up with like the saliva readings, a 10-year boost back in before Russia declared war on Ukraine or whatever, for actual genetic testing or whatever. Not necessarily genetic testing, but more so like what are your likely traits or whatever. Anyways, I just want to put this out there for you and just letting you know this video doesn't fall under Quinn medicine or whatever, but for Quinn medicine, there's not going to be an Immortal Day video for me because we are ex vampires. So, yeah, vampires took away the immortal ability.